Hello everyone. This is the second part in a series of videos regarding inland spousal sponsorship in Canada. And in this video today, I will walk you through step by step of how to log in the permanent resident portal and create a profile for principal applicant. Then we will go over all the forms, including both digital forms and PDF forms, and also review the required and supporting documents, fees, etc. Okay, so let's get started. On the screen, you can see how to apply. Number one, create an account or sign in. You click in apply through the PR portal. And here you can see sign in or register. If you have any account set up before for permanent resident portal, then you click in permanent resident portal and then you enter your email address and password in and then you sign in. Okay. If you haven't got any account yet for the PR portal, then you can create an account in here. Click in here. And then you put your email password, confirm password, and then you create an account. Okay, so or maybe you can go back to that page and then create an account in here by clicking in that option, create an account. So that is the same thing. Email address and then password and confirm password. For example, I put in here. Okay, and then after that, you click in I have read and accept the terms of use and privacy policy, and then you create an account. When you click in the create account, then it will give you a code. So you will need to verify the code and then just follow the instructions from the email. Okay. And I have a tutorial video regarding how to create a permanent resident portal already, and I will put the link in the description below for your reference. Please check it out. Let's assume that we have an account already. All we need to do is sign in the permanent resident portal. And in here, I set it up. I sign in. And then in here, we can see my application. And now you create a new application. Click in here. And then program under which that you are applying. You should select permanent residence. And then down here, select the permanent resident program. You select family, okay? And then the category that you are applying under spouse. And then subcategory that you are applying under spouse or common law partner in Canada class. Alright, so select in Canada. That is the purpose of videos today in this series. And then custom application title, you should put it as like for example, sponsoring John Smith, that is my husband, or maybe you can custom the name, whatever you want, okay? But just remember that. And then after that, you click on continue, all right? All right, so here is the profile. In this profile, you will need to enter the principal applicant basic information, okay? So that is the principal applicant, the person that you are sponsoring, okay? Preferred language, English, family name, Smith, John. Okay, I made it up. And the mailing address, street number, postal code, same as mailing address. And spouse, partner, or dependent profiles. In this case, it will be your children, okay? And then the children who are applying for permanent residence, that is a dependence. And the basic information will be automatically filled in for most digital forms. And then if you have children, then you add them in here. It is called dependent, okay? And then if you don't have, then just save and continue. But let's assume that John Smith has one dependent. And then I can fill it out in here for him. That is a dependent accompanying you. Say yes. That is for John Smith, okay? And the relationship to the principal applicant. So the child, the dependent relationship with John Smith. That is the child and family name. Date of birth. I made it up, okay? And then after that, we save the details. And if you have more than one dependent, then you add more, all right? But let's assume that John Smith has only one. And then after that, we save and continue. Okay, so here you go, guys. That is a profile for John Smith, the principal applicant in the inland spousal sponsorship in Canada. And you can look into the info in here, okay? The application detail, the category is spouse, and subcategory that is spouse or common law partner in Canada class, and customize the title that is sponsoring John Smith, and then the application status is initiated. Okay, and then on the left side you can see the application form with all the forms in here, including the digital forms and PDF forms. And then down a little bit, that is the additional application forms, then supporting documents, additional supporting documents, fee payment, and declarations. All right, and at the center of that portal, you can see the forms down here with digital forms for your immigration program. You will need to fill out these digital forms online directly in the portal when you see the edit in here. Okay, it means that it is online forms. Okay, now regarding PDF forms, you must download, complete, and electronically sign, and then upload all the forms that you need for your applications. Okay, so you don't need to print and you don't need to scan this form. You just fill out the forms and then sign electronically, and then after that you upload in here. Okay, for the additional application forms, you will need to check with the document checklist for the forms that you need or which documents that you need for your application. And the document checklist, as you can see in here, the IMM 5533, you click on the download, and then here download, and then you open the form. Okay, that is a checklist. Let me zoom it out for you. Okay, so whenever you see all the forms in here, like for example that I am the undertaking, that is a form in PDF file. You will need to scroll down to see which form that you need more, but not yet in the PDF forms or digital forms. For example, in this form, the financial evaluations, you only complete this form if the person that you are sponsoring, that is your spouse, has one or more dependent children, or okay, and that children or that child has one or more dependent child or children of their own. So let's say grandchild. Okay, or your grandchild or grandchildren, and then in that case you need to provide the financial evaluation. It will be depend on your situations. All right, and then after that you can select in here, for example, financial evaluation, and then you can download the form and then upload in here. Okay, but it doesn't apply to John Smith's case, so I will delete it. I just want to demonstrate how it looks like. And or maybe in, let's go back to that document checklist. If you use the representative, that is a form 5476, and I will be John Smith representative, so this form is needed, all right, to help him with the forms and the applications. However, this form is not in the PDF forms or in the digital forms, so I will need to provide the IRCC with the forms in here in the sections. Okay, that is representative. Okay, here, use of representative. Then you download and then fill it out inside by both of you, and then upload in here. Okay, regarding to supporting document for your immigration program, so the asterisk in here, those are the required documents that you will need to provide. And for each type of document, you will have a chance of uploading multiple documents. It means that more than one upload. Okay, and you will need to follow the name labeling instructions in here, like last name, first name, document type, and then the number. Okay, for example, in the police certificate and clearance in here, I upload, for example, all right, and then first, that is Smith John's police certificate number 1. Okay, and then I upload another one that is the same type of document, that is police certificate. All right, and then I put Smith John's police certificate 2. All right, so if you have more than 2, and then you just select on the upload in here. Okay, so it applies to every other document. For additional supporting documents, you will need to refer back to the document checklist and the instruction guide to confirm the document that you need for your applications. Okay, now you will need to scroll down on that arrow and then see which one applies to your situation. For example, if you want to submit the merit certificate, down here you can see merit certificate, and then after that you upload in here. All right, and another example, that is a proof of relationships to the sponsor in here. Okay, and then you can upload the document. You will need to refer back to the document checklist. All right, please. Okay, And under this category, you can upload as much documents as you wish, as long as it supports your applications. Okay, so in that category, I click on the upload, and then I upload the documents. For example, rental agreement, and another one, insurance beneficiary, photos, etc. Okay, so you can upload as much as you want. All right, and it applies to the other document as well, that is supporting document. Okay, and now let's go to the fee payment. You click on pay your fees, and then down here you can select the application type, that is permanent residence, and then answer the questions of are you paying for the fees that you've already submitted. Say no, because you haven't. Then continue, and then in that page you select spouse, partner, or children. Okay, and down here you can select the one that applies to you, like you sponsor your spouse. With the spouse sponsorship, that is $85, and the processing fee is $545, and the right of permanent resident fee is $575. The total is $1,205, so it will be one. And if you don't want to pay for the right of permanent resident fees at this stage, then you can select the that option, like $630 for the sponsorship fee, that is for you in Canada, and then the principal application fee, that is for John Smith, the husband. Okay, in here $545. And if you have a child, then one child is $170, and then it includes like sponsorship fee, that is $85, and processing fee is $85. All right, but it will be depends on your situation, your family circumstances, like how many people that you are sponsoring, how many children that you have. Okay, and then after that you hit the submit. I have a video regarding to how to pay online application fees already, and I will put that in the link below for you to refer as well. Okay, so let's go back to the other page. So after you paid, then you get the receipt, and then you upload it in here. All right, now let's go to the declaration part. It is a required. Okay, and then you can start by signing consent and declaration, and then you start and sign all in here. Okay, consent and declarations. I will show you all those steps later on. All right, let's go back to the main portal, and then after all of the documents fill out and sign, digital form sign, and then the PDF sign, and then additional application form upload, sign and upload, and supporting documents provided, all of those, and then paid for the payment declaration, you sign the application, and then you hit the submit your applications. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. In the next videos, I will work with you on the forms. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.